Dear viewers, if you want to know more about your personality and learn maybe how to assess your personality traits for certain jobs, then you're watching the right interview. We have been joined by Mr. Hamza Taqi, founder of Knowledge Consultant. Good evening, Mr. Hamza. How are you?
Good evening, Rita. Thank you for having me as usual.
No, thank you for coming back to Hala Kuwait. We always have great conversations and it's always positive.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So today we're talking about DiSC personalities. What is DiSC to begin with?
DiSC is a tool. It's founded by Dr. Waston, and he is the founder of the lie detector. You know the lie detector?
Yes, I think it's pretty infamous.
Yeah, he is the inventor as well of the Superwoman. Okay. Yeah, because it was Superman, and he said, why don't we have Superwoman? So he invented Superwoman as well. Like this is some of his invention, and the DiSC as well.
So we can say he has an interesting kind of thinking process.
He's a psychologist, of course, and he went deep into the personality traits of people. And to answer a question about DiSC, it's basically preferences of people on how they show up on the world.
Yes.
And they are classified from the acronym DiSC into 4 major personality traits, if we can say. Yeah.
So you mentioned personality traits, and that was exactly what I was going to ask you about. What are the DiSC personality traits?
Okay. See, if we want to understand it in an easy way or more practical way, Rita,
yes.
For our audience is to think of people like there are 2 types.
Yes.
We use the language of active or stable. Some people use extrovert and introvert.
Right, that's very common.
Yeah. Some people use thoughtful for the people who are more they're even the way they talk, they talk in a low tone,
very calm, collected.
They are very appreciative of the people. They don't like to hurt people. The ones that are active, no, they say what they have in their mind.
They're really out there.
Yes, and sometimes you see the active people from the way they walk, from how loud they speak. They are very, their voice is loud. So you can really differentiate between 2 types. Even at home, we can differentiate from our brothers and sisters or siblings, or mother and father, or my boss, how he is, and so on. So you can see the people who are active and the people who are thoughtful. And then within the people who are active or the people who are thoughtful, there is the people who are more accepting. They're more people-oriented.
Right.
And there are the other side is the more people who are more challenging, more questioning.
Maybe we can say they judge more other individuals.
They do. They judge more. And these guys, they accept easily. So you have like 4. The ones who are active and then judging or questioning, they are the dominant type. That's why they have the D style. Dominant, they like to control. Yes. They like the control they have. And they are very good in for example, taking challenging jobs or challenging tasks. They just jump on it.
Yes.
They're decision makers, they're creative, they come with stories and new ideas. But their issue is the control part.
Right. That's where the issues start.
Yeah, of course. No personality. The beauty about DiSC and personality, no personality is better than the others. Every personality have strengths and have weaknesses.
Of course.
And together, they make a good team working together because they carry their strength to the others' weaknesses, and the other strength of others, they carry my weaknesses like this.
That's right.
Yeah.
So in this situation, no personality is definitely better than a strong personality that's controlling, has very loud thoughts, and sometimes can annoy people in the workplace, let's say.
If they overdo it, yes.
Of course.
And they can seem dominating, and they can seem, they want my way or the highway,
Exactly what I was thinking of, honestly. You read my mind. So I think we covered the 4 DiSC personality types, right?
Yes. No, but we have the I, and then we have the S, and then we have the C.
Then go ahead and let us know.
Okay, then the other part from the active, they're the accepting. Okay, they go to the right with the accepting. They are more people-oriented. That's the I, the influential people. The influential people are more friendly. They are,
Yes.
their priority is enthusiasm. They always have enthusiasm. They're always optimistic. Yes, we can do attitude, and they never say no. Bosses love them because they don't say no.
Okay.
Because they are relationship type. They care for the relationship. The other active guys, the D, the dominant, no, they care for the result. These guys, they like recognition.
Okay.
So you go down into the more, relaxed people and the thoughtful people.
Yes.
You have the S, which is the steady. The steady type, they are more about collaboration, teamwork. They feel very bad if there is a fight between the team or in the family. They want to fix things. They want everybody to be in harmony. Very important to have.
Definitely.
As people, around
Yes.
us. Even the I, even the D, they all have, contribution to our life. And then the C is the other side, which is the questioning, but then they are thoughtful. These are the critical type. They're all about accuracy.
Yes.
They have put high standard for themselves. They study the pros and cons. So sometimes if you have a boss like this, you see him like, why is he not taking a decision?
Right.
Because he's studying, and sometimes too much studying.
Overstudying things and really,
So
because
it becomes a weakness. See, the
Yes.
strength can be a weakness if you overdo it as
true.
usual.
that's true. And now I understand where you're coming from when you said that DiSC altogether
Yes.
gives you a full circle, really, because you do need D and I and C and even S in one workplace because they really do complete each other, right?
Exactly, and that's how God created us. God created us to be different. So we can contribute in a different way.
right.
We can have, and we can, be together, not to be everyone by themselves, one-man
Yes.
show. No, you need people.
That's right.
And since Ions, we always been gathering with people like,
Of course.
even when we're hunters and gatherers.
That's right. And as you said, it's really important to work together. That's the only way that you'll find success. A
Exactly.
company cannot be standing on one man.
Exactly.
So the team is really important. But now I'm pretty curious. What is the most common personality type with DiSC?
Well, it depends. Because see, if it's in the context, you change, your personality changed. Let's say
Yes.
you are an introvert type and you're thoughtful type. So the thoughtful type, they don't like to be seen. They like to work in the back office. They like to make the operation going and make it, like, for example, analysis and data and work on this.
Right.
So they kind of, but when you work in the media, for example, you have to get out. So you eventually, by time, you start becoming different personality.
That's
so
right.
it in your job. So sometimes, for example, we do this assessment for the audit department in any organization, let's say. So the audit department mainly, what do you think? Are they going to be the active people or the thoughtful people? The majority. Auditing.
Auditing. I think maybe they're going to be more, working in the background really steadily.
Thoughtful.
Exactly.
And critical and
Yes.
accurate.
That's exactly what I'd expect from someone that's going to come in to audit.
So if you have a group of, like, say, 50 auditors, you'll see like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 I, 1 maybe D, and the rest are C's and S's.
Right.
But when you work for example, in a department with sales team, for example, you see the majority are
Active, I'm
active,
guessing.
yes.
Right.
And more on the eye because of, they knock at the door, they're calling
That's
people they
right.
don't know, and
They need to be comfortable with communication.
Exactly. So,
Yes.
so they're always enthusiasm and their energy really rubs on their customers, and they make good relationship.
Yes, for sure. And I don't imagine someone getting a sales job if they're very quiet or steady. Maybe they need to be active. They need to be talkative.
Yes, but you know what? Some good salespeople come from the C, the conscientious, and the S's, because they use their strength.
Yes.
So they take their time with the customer. They really, analyze what they really need. So they give them what they really need. And some customers, they like that.
Yes,
Now,
that's true.
and it depends even with the customers that you're dealing with. If you are from the thoughtful type, and I come from the aggressive or the active type, you will see me like as if I'm running the show very fast, and you want to read, you want to see the details. I'm just, I just want to get the result.
You're selling me something.
Exactly.
I don't want to be sold.
Finish.
Right.
So you see me like, so the beauty about being aware, we call it the 3 A's.
Yes.
Aware that people are different, you aware about yourself.
Yes, that's right.
And that people are different around you, and how you accept that people, because sometimes I used to think that people should be like me or they are not good.
Everyone should be the same, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Like me. Not
you want to see a mirror of yourself when you're dealing with people.
Wouldn't that be boring?
Very boring. I can imagine that things won't go great.
No.
There'd be a lot of fighting.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's a funny part, is like when we talk about this, like let's take an issue of the elevator.
Yes.
The D person who are waiting for the elevator, who will press the elevator buttons once, twice, 3 times, thinking that the more they press, the elevator will come.
A lot of people are guilty of that.
That's the D style. And when they go in, they immediately press their floor, and the second is the closed door. Even if they hear...
They're not waiting. They want to get to where they want to
go.
The
result, exactly.
Yes.
On the other side, the S style, the steadiness, will hold the door. The I style, on the other hand, will not only hold the door, even if there's no space.
That's right.
They'll say, no, there is, come.
They'll make space. Why we have seen people with space there be like, you can wait for the next elevator.
And the C is looking at the C, the analytical. They're looking at how many pounds the elevator will take, how many kilograms, how many people, and they're counting. And they are not willing to take the risk to stay in the elevator that is overloaded.
That's right.
They can go out. So in this story, it can show you how different people, and if you see for example, in the elevator, some people, they just, sit quiet. Some people, they, good morning.
Right, they talk.
They talk. That's an I style. So you can spot them everywhere.
So in one place, one tiny elevator, you're really spotting more than one DiSC personality type.
Exactly.
So these are the types. What about the behavioral styles?
See, it's basically what personality comes from. It comes from the behavior. We behave in a certain manner. Like what I said to you, for example, if I am in a thoughtful, I am in a sales team, I have to get there, to be active, to call people that I don't know, to make relationship. So I will change because of the work that I'm doing, my behavior on daily basis.
Right.
That I'm doing and knocking door and calling people that I don't know. And then immediately I will change. It becomes a personality from being an S, for example, to being an I. Now, let's say I go and they put me in the legal area.
Yes.
Then in the legal area is reading contracts and finding, details and spotting some loopholes, for example, in the law, so you can defend you. So it's there. They're always, looking for accuracy, and they're reading the details. An I person or a D person, they like the big picture. They don't like to go detail. But if you work there, then every day you start doing this, your behavior is like this.
Yes.
After some times, it becomes your personality.
It becomes the norm.
Exactly.
Literally.
It becomes the norm, it becomes your personality. You do it habitually without noticing.
Without noticing.
So the context you are in sometimes puts you in the right. But when you are originally, your preference is outgoing and making relationship, so it's better to have a job that
suits that, works with that.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Because a lot of people do have to alter their personality at work, and over time, as you said, it does take over their life. So I know that a lot of companies do run personality tests for anyone that's going for a job interview. So when it comes to the DiSC test, do you think that people sometimes try to alter their answers or their behavior so that the results come out differently in DiSC to actually get the job?
That's a good question, because Unfortunately, some do. Little percentage they do. And they think that if they alter the answers and they don't answer accurately, they think their personality will change. Of course, because the assessment is made from 36 items.
Yes.
They have to go. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. And when you go through those items, there is a cross-checking.
Right.
So the question is put in a different word, and if you make it, and then the graph will show that you have done. And then we communicate with them, you have not done it. And they wasted more than $100 assessment for the fee for the assessment, so they have to take it again. But I say, why do that? For example, if you are leading us, we are the team, and you are our leader.
Yes.
We have a DiSC assessment for 360 for leaders. So what you do, you get this assessment and you send it to all your employees, your team, and you send it to your boss, and you send it to the people who are your peers.
Yes.
And then they will grade how they see you, how they see you. And then it becomes your personality, and you give the feedbacks. And that feedbacks you can fix yourself, you can learn, and then you improve.
Yes.
But some people, some leaders, they don't like that. No, always write the good things about me. So they don't get the best out of that assessment. And then they don't know, they are not aware of themselves.
That's right.
And they cannot be aware of others. If you are not aware of yourself, how you act, when you get angry, what's your emotion, then you cannot even deal with people. Because that's the difficult part. We don't have problems alone. We have problems when dealing with others.
And I think it's really important to get that assessment from your peers, because we don't know as humans our traits all the time. We might not realize the way we react in certain situations, and sometimes it's great if someone gives us a heads up so that we can better ourselves.
Everybody needs feedback. No matter where we are, we need feedback. I get feedback from my 13 years old.
Of course.
And it's right on the nail.
It's spot on.
It's spot on, exactly. You know, we don't learn how to appreciate feedback. We didn't learn how to receive feedback.
That's
like if I have a bad manner and my close friend or my relative or my wife or my children don't tell me, I will get upset at them.
For sure, yes.
Because I will repeat it with others. For example, if I am talking while I'm chewing.
Exactly.
Okay, I might do it in a business meeting or a business lunch.
Without even realizing.
So that feedback is good. So we all need feedback. Feedback is a gift.
For sure.
And the assessment is same. The DiSC is really enlighten me and makes my relationship easier at home and at work.
Definitely, I agree with you. And I think it was very enlightening to really understand the DiSC personality. And I think I'm going to be walking around just trying to put people into DiSC and see how it goes. But Mr. Hamza, of course, it was a pleasure to have you with us this evening.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine. And thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Dear viewers, we had with us Hamza Taqi, founder of Knowledge Consulting. And up next is a report on human rights. Stay tuned for that.